Brocco here with a new video. So the other day I was watching the Euros and Germany was playing against Northern Ireland, and during the national anthems there was this one guy who was just like that during the whole national anthems, and it was just dabbing on national TV, on international TV, and the whole world saw him. And that got me thinking about how the dab is taking over the world and how this dance move is like the follow-up to all the whip and the nay-nay that we had last year. And so like I've been thinking about the evolution of humanity and how humanity is just going in a whole other direction and is evolving and is expressing herself in a whole new way. So the origins of the dab are not very clear. We know that the dab comes from the Atlanta rap scene, maybe from the trio rap group Migas, I think I pronounced it right. Or also rappers like Rich Kid, they influenced a bit and they like made it famous. And it exists already since 2012 or maybe earlier. Rich Kid made even a video about the dab, and then there he explains a bit how to dab and what dabbing really is. And I quote now from his video, the link will be down below. Dabbing is really just like the way you carry yourself, the way you swagging. Instead of swagging, it's really the way you dab. And of course it looks a bit cooler if you wear like a big fat Rolex and some gold chains around your neck and then you're just dabbing. But yeah, I read that dabbing could have also origins in snorting cocaine from your elbow. But that's just a rumor, but it's a cool legend, I think. Crazy legend. And now the whole world is just dabbing like this, snorting cocaine from the elbow. Cool. In the fall of 2015, many athletes began to celebrate their points and their victories by dabbing. So like Jeremy Hill, I think he was the first football player of the Cincinnati Bengals, or Beagles, I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. He scored a touchdown against the Oakland Raiders and then he just dabbed, and he was I think the first one in the National Football League who dabbed. But it wasn't him who made dab famous among football players, it was Cam Newton of the Carolina Panthers. And he is a quarterback, and especially during this year's Super Bowl he was constantly dabbing every time he scored a point. And so he got really famous. The dab got really popular among athletes. But Cam Newton and Jeremy Hill are not the only athletes who dab to celebrate their points that they score. Because also LeBron James is dabbing, or Victoria Azarenka, a Belarus tennis player, is dabbing. Then many football coaches, or even Paul Pogba, who is a soccer player, is dabbing since January 2016. And on his Instagram he's posting all the time photos with his Juventus teammates that they are just dabbing under the hashtag DabTeam, and he's the one who brought a bit the dab in Europe before the Belarus tennis player. And even other soccer players, maybe like David Alaba of Bayern Munich, is also dabbing. And so it's getting popular even in Europe. And it was thanks to my love to Kanye West and his beautiful music that the dab entered my life. Because when The Life of Pablo was released in February, I was listening to Father Stretch My Hand Part 2, and my friends really loved that song, especially the featured part of Designer's song Panda, which is like I don't know how many seconds of the song are just built in Father Stretch My Hand Part 2. And these friends of mine just loved this part, and then they searched for the song Panda, and in the then official video of Panda, not the new one that came out in May, but the older video, I don't know, I couldn't find it anymore, unfortunately. But in this video they were dabbing the whole time. And so we were in this hotel room with my friends and they were just dabbing along this song, just dabbing the whole time. And so the dab entered like our lives here where we live. And it happens a lot that when I sneeze today, I don't sneeze like this or like this, but I sneeze like this. I don't know, because it just looks cooler, man, and it's also hygienic. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Hygienic. Well, during the swine flu or the swine influenza, the doctors recommended to sneeze like this. But, well, if you do like this or like this, I think it's the same from these hygienic perspectives. And so, I look cool sneezing like that, and I am hygienic too. What do we want more from life? And I mean, you could dance a whole song just by dabbing, and it would look cool, it would look awesome, and it would just be fun to watch and also to do. Just dab the whole song. The whole song. To conclude my video, I just want to say that to dab is cool. At least it's cool right now. But yeah, so dab. Because like Rich Kid said, it's just the way you carry yourself. Like, dab, guys. Just dab. The thing is, you can use the dab in so many different situations. Just like